pretty weird.
It's just how the microphone works.
I
I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know, man.
What do you want from me?
Perfection is fine. Your best is good enough.
All right, ready?
Wow. You're all in my head.
Yeah.
This is great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you like when I talk really quietly like this?
Is this about to be an ASMR episode?
Ashley can hear us. I can't hear you.
I can't hear you. My headphones are on.
All right.
Oh, God.
Let's do it.
Nice clap test there.
James and Jordan talk to the internet. Who
Featuring
cares? One episode. Go.
What do you mean?
Go.
Introduce myself?
Go.
Go. What do you...
Go.
Okay.
You know how the podcast works. Go.
Today's episode is sponsored by...
Don't look at the camera.
Okay. Today's episode is sponsored by Anchor.
You don't have to say this. I recorded the sponsorship so that it just goes in front of the ones that you...
I
don't get paid for that.
This isn't my podcast.
I don't get paid for that. So go back in. Restart.
It's been like 2 weeks since I've listened to your podcast. I'll be honest with you. I don't remember how it goes. You usually start it with the clap, and then you go, this is James and
To be
Jordan
clear,
talk
the
to
clap is the
internet.
audio sync, not like...
Right. This is not the intro to the
sexually
show.
transmitted infection.
What?
I'm just...
Am I going to get AIDS?
I don't think that's what the clap is.
No. Does Jordan have herpes? Am I going to get herpes from touching this microphone?
I mean, I don't know if you might, but I don't think Jordan has
I
them.
might keep some distance then. I don't know.
No,
I don't have herpes.
You gotta get right up in there. You gotta like...
Right up in there.
Kiss
Eat
it.
the mic. Make out with it.
Give it a little...
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about this. This is a little weird. I'm going to let you take over, though. Take the wheel.
All right, this is James Jordan
See
talking
what
to the
you got.
internet. Some episode, who cares? Jordan's dead. Rest in pepperonis, I guess. Actually, he's on vacation this week, so if you want to break into
Nice.
his place, now's the time to do it.
Yeah, throw me the Addy.
I don't know what it is, because
Oh.
I'm a bad friend.
You don't know where he lives?
I know where he lives, I just don't know the address.
Oh. What?
Like, I could go there, but
Oh,
I couldn't-
got you.
I couldn't, like, write it down.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
It's information you can't buy, okay?
Sure.
I'm like Falcone in Batman Begins.
I knew we were going to talk about Batman.
No! We can't.
Dang it.
What did you bring to the podcast? What are your topics?
I was supposed to bring topics.
Yeah. Mhm.
We did just have that unfortunate school shooting in Texas.
Yeah.
That did just happen.
Great. That's a fun thing to bring up.
I mean, you sometimes bring up news.
Yeah, not like that though.
Sorry. Also,
Great.
what's humor like? Is it cool to be super dark and...
It depends on how recent the
Okay, I
tragedy
definitely
is.
shouldn't make jokes about this then.
No.
No, okay.
No.
All right. Well, Obi-Wan Kenobi just dropped
Yep.
yesterday on Disney Plus.
You didn't watch it.
I did not.
I watched the first episode. I haven't watched episode 2.
How was it? What'd you think?
I wasn't blown away.
No?
Mm-mm.
On a scale of 1 to 13.
1 to
what would you rate
13. Is this like in terms of Star Wars or in terms of everything?
In terms of TV shows.
Let me give a little context for my answer.
Okay.
I'm going to say that The Mandalorian is like a 10 out of 13.
It is a really good. It was a really good show.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. Boba Fett's like a solid 7.
I would give Boba Fett a 6.
Yeah.
Except for the back half of the season when it was just The Mandalorian again.
When
That was pretty sweet.
When it was just the Mandalorian extended.
I'm going to give Stargate SG-1, the greatest show of all time. I'm going to give that a 12.5 out of 13.
There you go. Wow, the greatest show of all time.
Except for
doesn't
the
get a
first
13?
season and the last 3 seasons.
Okay, so
like
in
half the
between.
show.
Right.
I'm going to give Obi-Wan. I'm going to give that a 9.
Wow. Okay. I mean, first episode.
First episode, obviously, a little rough around the edges because
Yeah.
it's the first episode.
Sure.
I have faith that they're going to pull it in.
I hope so.
Bro, next week, that might plummet.
Yeah.
This might be like a 3.
The show.
Who knows?
Dang. I hope not.
I actually really
I have
didn't.
really high
I
hopes.
wasn't a big fan of the first episode.
No. That sucks.
No.
Did
I'm
you,
also not a huge Star Wars guy.
Right.
That
That is true. You don't like a lot of the prequels.
I don't like any of the prequels except Rogue One, which technically is prequel.
Yeah. I mean, that's true to a degree. Yeah. That was a great movie. Rogue One was a really
Rogue
good
One
movie.
is maybe my favorite Star Wars movie.
Yeah, it was great.
And that's kind of sacrilegious, I know, but
kind of.
I would say that Rogue One is the best Star Wars movie,
Yeah.
followed by one of the other ones.
Very cool. Is it
Return
original?
of the Jedi? Return of the Jedi
Okay.
is really good. Then A New Hope,
All right.
and then the other one,
Sure.
Empire Strikes Back.
Okay.
Actually, I would replace Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. I would swap them.
Okay.
And then I would say The Mandalorian.
Oh, okay.
And
We're
then-
including TV shows as well in this
And
list.
then I would say Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan. And then Stargate, the motion picture.
Okay.
And then Superman, the movie, 1977. The extended cut. 3 hours.
There's an extended cut to that movie?
Yeah, there is.
Wow.
Way more cool shit happens.
Whoa.
Have you seen the movie?
Yes.
You know the part where he like drills down into Lex Luthor's ear?
Yes, I do remember
Okay.
that.
In
Very
that,
silly.
in your memory, what happens as like he drops down, he's there. What happens next?
Dude, I honestly don't even think I
Does
can tell
he
you.
A immediately walk into Lex Luthor's little pad?
Probably.
That's not the version that I've seen. There's like a bunch of cool stuff, like machine guns pop out of the walls and start shooting him,
Whoa.
and he's just like walking,
Dang, that's cool.
you know, like through all these things, and
Very
then
interesting.
fire comes out and like burns him, but he's like Superman.
But he's
so he
Superman,
doesn't
so he
care.
doesn't get burned.
And then he gets
Right.
frozen at one point,
Interesting.
and Lex Luthor's like, "I got him now," and then Superman like cracks out of the ice because he's like, "I'm fucking."
Because he's Superman.
I'm Superman, bro.
That makes sense.
I
Interesting.
live in this now.
Right.
Like,
I mean, that's where the Fortress of Solitude. Where is it? Is it Antarctica?
It's
or
up
is
north.
it-
It's North Pole.
North Pole,
I think so.
which is
The Arctic.
okay.
There's Arctic and then there's Antarctic.
Right. The Arctic and the Antarctic,
Mm.
because the Earth is a pizza, and
Right.
it's
Because he doesn't want
it's
to
the
live on
crust.
the. He doesn't want to live on the fence of the
Right.
Earth. He wants to live at the center.
right.
Right.
Yeah.
Not like
The
the
center of
center.
the
Of, not the center of the Earth, like where the dinosaurs are.
Right. No. But the Earth is a pizza.
Right.
The Antarctic is the crust,
Right.
and the Arctic is the little pepperoni in the middle.
Yeah.
Right. He wants to be at the set. He wants to be equidistant from everyone, so he
Right.
can save everyone.
Right. Exactly.
That makes the most sense.
And then Batman's just sort of doing his thing.
Batman doesn't care about anyone else on the Earth except for the scum that live in Gotham.
Specifically the scum. He doesn't even care about the regular people.
Not
who live
really.
there.
No.
We're talking about Batman.
Again.
Yeah.
18th episode in a row.
One of these days.
We will not talk about Batman.
I'm not gonna talk about Batman on this.
I hope not. Batman talk is fun.
It's just he's so cool.
It's true.
What do you?
Stranger Things season 4 just dropped.
Oh yeah, that's
We're gonna change gears real quick.
Didn't watch.
No, I haven't watched it either. I'll probably watch it with some friends because my dad canceled my Netflix.
Get wrecked.
Yeah, I know. He canceled it like 2 weeks before Stranger Things came out. He's like,
Are you all caught up on Stranger Things?
yeah, I did watch season 3.
I watched season 1 and I was like, okay.
You didn't like season 1?
It was fine.
It was a really good season.
It was
Season
okay.
2 was
I think
iffy.
I
It
watched
was
the
like,
first episode of season 2 and I was like, I don't care about this anymore.
right. Season 2 is where like 11 went off. Spoiler alert if you haven't
spoiler
seen
alert for
Stranger
the show
Things.
that came out 4 years ago.
Right. Well, you give spoiler alerts for like Terminator 2.
Hey guys, spoiler alert for Citizen Kane.
Which I haven't seen. So
the
don't spoil it.
sled. Do you really not want me to?
And I don't care.
The sled is Rosebud.
I don't know what any of that means, but
Don't worry about it. At some point, you'll probably get around to watching The Simpsons, and then there's an episode that's parodying Citizen Kane, and you'll be like,
I have seen some of The Simpsons.
Oh, yeah.
I've watched some of them on Disney Plus.
yeah,
I think I'm like 4 episodes in.
to season 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, season 1's a little rough.
It is.
I was watching season 1 earlier when you showed up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They haven't quite got their humor adjusted yet, but
Yeah,
I'm
and
sure they'll get
also
there.
Dan Castellaneta, whoever voices Homer Simpson,
Oh, interesting.
his voice isn't. It's not there
It's
yet.
not up to par.
It's not Homer. You know what I mean?
I do. Sorry, I'm watching your cat
Why are
lick
you watching
itself
your
in the
cat?
background.
Yeah, he likes to lick his butt.
Yeah, he does that quite a bit. I hear on the podcast.
Yeah, I mean, what do you say? Like father, like son.
Right. But no, Stranger Things season 2 is where 11 went off, and it was okay. And Stranger Things season 3 was better,
Yeah,
but 1 is the best. So if you
Mm.
didn't like 1,
it's not that I didn't like it. It was just like, okay, that's there.
so you weren't like, this is really good.
Yeah, I wasn't engrossed.
Oh, okay.
It
Did you
wasn't
probably
like when I watched The Mandalorian or
Right.
Moon Knight, where I'm like, I have to watch.
Did
the
you
next
watch
episode.
Moon Knight?
Yeah.
What did you think?
I think it's the best Marvel show.
Really?
It's weird because in my head,
Mhm.
like when I think of the list of Marvel shows, Moon Knight's off to the side
right. It
It's
doesn't
its
really
own
feel
thing.
like a Marvel show.
because it's like its own contained
Right.
thing. I really like the part where that chick got superpowers, and then the little girl was like, "Are you an Egyptian superhero?" And she's like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
I was like, "Nice."
Yeah. It was. The last episode was pretty busy. Did you
Yeah.
see the cliffhanger at the end?
Oh, with the other guy.
Spoiler alert. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The third personality.
All right. Well, we don't gotta get into that. I mean,
Very interesting. Do you think he'll
Um,
be in a movie? Like the next Avengers movie, where he'll be referenced?
No.
No.
So here's what I think. So Oscar Isaac said,
Why did you say like Isaac?
Isaac, Star Wars' own Oscar Isaac. He said that this is it.
For Moon Knight?
He was like, I'm only playing this character for this one season of the show.
I'm sure that will change.
And as soon as he said that, I said, he's a liar.
Yeah.
Because Andrew Garfield said he wasn't in Spider-Man, spoiler alert.
Yeah. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen one of the biggest movies in 2022.
Of all time.
Yeah, that's true. Did it break box office for the amount of money box office makes?
I don't think so.
I think it was close. It was like
it was
the
like
top three.
5
something like
something.
that. Yeah.
It was stupidly high for
Really
like
high
a quote unquote solo movie.
Right. Yeah. Also, they kept it in theaters for like 2 months.
Which it seems weird now. Star Wars was in theaters. Original Star Wars was in theaters for like a year and a half.
Holy.
Movies used to be different.
That's crazy.
Back in my day.
Yeah. Well, they didn't have movies coming out. They didn't have like 4 movies coming out every 6 weeks.
Dude, VHS costs $80.
Do you still have VHS?
No.
I still have some VHS at my parents' house.
I mean,
And I have a
I don't.
VHS
My
player.
dad has VHS tapes
Yeah.
of Star Trek episodes he stole.
Dude, my dad has all.
I don't
the
want to
Star
out my
Wars.
dad, so I'm not gonna say what
My
he
dad
did.
has all the Star Trek on VHS.
But he's
Yeah, he has like the old collector's edition where like the sides of it make up like the USS Enterprise. Yeah, very cool.
What a nerd.
Yeah, I know, right?
I bought my dad the Blu-rays of Star Trek, the original series. No, he bought himself the original series. I bought him the Next Generation for Christmas.
There you go.
Yeah.
I don't know. My dad has some sort of Star Trek that he hasn't watched yet.
What a nerd.
Kind of.
What a loser.
A little bit.
That's cool, Stargate. I mean, let's be honest.
I don't know which one he enjoys more. He has seen
Stargate
both
is
of
the
them,
better
though.
show, so I mean.
You think
probably,
so?
Yeah.
It's got the guy from
Like-
MacGyver.
Yeah.
Which
Richard Dean Anderson.
He's pretty cool. You make a bomb out of paperclip and gumballs. Some chewed up gum.
No, that
Get
was
out
a
of it.
joke in the first episode.
Yeah, but was it?
It was because the lady was like, "What are you gonna do? Make a bomb out of chewing gum and a paperclip?" And he's like, "Why? You got any?"
It's like absolutely.
He's like, "I will literally do that if you have
literally
some."
blow up this entire building right now.
This building's fine. Like I don't even have to do anything, bro. I'll just do it to prove a point. Let's go.
I'm just trying to pick a lock, but I will make a bomb.
MacGyver, but everything he does is just make bombs. MacGyver, there's a cat stuck in a tree. I got this.
I got this. Blow up the tree.
Boom. It's like cuts to a clip from Duck Dynasty. The lake's just blowing up. There's a great story about Stargate issue 1 where Richard Dean Anderson, quite a long name, honestly.
Is that the guy that plays MacGyver?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like a producer on the show. He's like the big guy.
Oh, I didn't know that. Interesting.
And one of his like people under him went to the people of Stargate and were like, hey, his name on the title, like his name has to appear before the title of the show.
Right.
And needs to be in the same size font as the title of the show.
Ooh, what?
And they
takes
were
up
like,
85% of the screen.
So what they did was they did that, and it just read like something hard Anders, like
Oh, because of the aspect
like
ratio.
it would cut it off on the side. And they showed it to Richard Dean Anderson. And he just laughed. He's like, I don't care. You can do
like,
whatever
that's
you
terrible,
want. Yeah, he's
actually.
like, that's stupid.
I'd rather my full name be up there than
like he didn't
hard
care. It wasn't
Dean
something
Anderson.
he said.
Right.
It was just like his people, like his agents and stuff. Were
Sure.
like, this is what has to happen. And then the people who made the show were like, I mean, sure.
That's funny.
But
because everything was like square.
yeah.
Back
It was
in
4
the
by 3.
days.
That's not actually a square.
It's pretty square. Quiet, James. It's pretty. It's like
and then it got widescreen later on. But that's
right. Did you
Actually,
ever
I
do
think-
the? Oh,
I think Stargate might be widescreen.
really?
I don't remember.
When it came out, didn't it come out in the 90s or the 80s?
Late 90s, 97.
Oh wow. Interesting.
It was definitely widescreen.
Before my
when it went
time.
Digital.
Probably. You ever do like the back when DVDs used to have the option to like fill in your screen? It was like
Oh, it would punch in?
yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
like, do you like widescreen or full screen?
Yeah.
And it's like, as a kid, I didn't know the difference. So
Right.
sometimes you would just have like a really stretched out video of what you were watching.
I mean, I did that once with Monsters Inc. I very clearly remember this. Monsters Inc. had one of these options. And I did that, and I was like, I want this one. And my dad was like, you're an idiot.
You're so stupid.
Like,
You're
look,
such a
and he
stupid
explained it to me.
8-year-old.
He's like, look, they're just like punching it in, so you lose a bunch of stuff. So even though like it fills up less of the screen, you're actually seeing more of the movie. And I was like,
You're such a dumb
But Mike
7-year-old
Wazowski-
who's already seen this movie 1,400 times.
hey, it's a good movie.
How dare you cut things off?
It's a good movie.
There could be Easter eggs in this Pixar movie.
There could be.
There probably are.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Like the trailer from Bug's Life.
There's a trailer for. Of course, there's a trailer for Bugs Life.
No, it's like the trailer in Bug's Life.
There's a trailer in Bug's Life?
Like the trailer where people are living, like a house trailer, not like a movie trailer.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Yeah, you got it there.
I was confused, dude. I haven't seen Bug's Life in probably 13 years. Yeah, it's been a long time. I watched it the
other day.
Really?
By the other day, I mean within like the last 6 months.
Does it hold up?
It's pretty good.
Yeah?
It's pretty funny.
All I remember is the grasshopper is like...
An asshole?
Yeah, he's like a really kind of douche.
Yeah, he's kind of a dick.
And kind of just like does he take their food? That's what he does, right? Yeah. He like,
they show up and they eat the
right.
food,
Basically, like he's a mob boss.
Yeah,
and he's
that
like,
nerd knocked over all the food, and then they're like, "You're gonna give us twice the food in half the time," and they're like, "We literally can't." And he's like, "I don't care.
Doesn't matter.
Not my problem."
That never made sense to me.
You want to know another interesting fact about Bug's Life?
Yeah, more than anything in this world.
So in Toy Story 2,
okay,
when Buzz Lightyear, at the beginning of Toy Story 2, when Buzz Lightyear comes flying in,
is that the one where they go to the airport?
Flying, yes.
Okay.
And he's like flying around,
right?
And it turns out to be a video game that the T-Rex is playing.
Okay.
That was the island from Bug's Life. It was the same model.
They're on an island.
Yeah, in Bug's Life.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Because it's like a big deal when he has to leave.
The bug?
Yeah.
He leaves?
The ant. He gets onto the thing and he flies to the big city, which is by the trailer that ended up being in Monsters, Inc. Yeah.
Oh, the one where Randolph was sent to? Randall?
Yeah.
Randall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Randall.
And then the people were like, there's a gosh darn
alligator got in. And then they get a baseball bat and they start beating the shit out of him. Nice.
I always felt bad for him.
I didn't.
No, because he probably died.
He was an
He probably got like skinned, and then like they kept the
now he's
like
a
made boots out of
rug.
him. Yeah,
he's an alligator skin rug.
Probably somebody made a belt out of him.
Imagine wiping
Randall.
your feet on him.
Dude, imagine they're like beating him, and he's like changing colors.
Yeah,
like, what's happening right now?
The acid's kicking in.
The acid. We took too much LSD.
Is that what they sound like?
Probably.
Probably like Alabama or whatever.
Right. Where do you think that was held?
Probably Alabama.
You think so?
They got
big city?
got gators down in Alabama.
Yeah, they got gators in a lot of places.
But
Florida.
They talk about it. They didn't talk like a Florida person. They talked about like
like years of
a gator got in.
Years of inbreeding.
Yeah, that was there's a range of inbreeding. There's like, so you have super poor like hick people,
right?
And then you've got the royal family,
right?
And there's like a bell curve of non-incest.
Okay.
So like right in the middle, normal people, no incest. Either end of the scale, lots of incest.
Right. That's just how it is.
Gotta keep it pure.
Gotta keep it in the family. Keep it all full circle.
I mean,
just keep it all in the family.
I don't know how full the circle is gonna be.
It's a tight circle. It's a very tight circle.
Especially with so many kids up there already.
Right. There's like 5 people.
What were we talking about?
We were talking about A Bug's Life.
Oh yeah, that island's in Toy Story 2. But
very
it's like
interesting.
A rendering model error or something. That's why the rocks are floating.
So Bug's Life is just a video game, is what I'm hearing.
No, just that model from Bug's Life was used in that video game.
Very interesting.
In that movie.
I like every time the table moves, the mic comes and hits me in the face.
Well,
because you're waving your hands around.
I like to talk with my hands.
Apparently.
I got buff forearms, so I don't know what to tell you.
This is very interesting. This is a power stance right
here.
Yeah,
you like this?
Yeah, taking over.
I want to talk with my thumb. I'm like a politician.
Yes. I love you mention that in like every podcast when you catch yourself talking with your hands.
Oh, when
yeah, and then Jordan goes, "No politician talks like that."
That's the best Jordan impression I've ever heard, and I listen to the man every day.
Thank you. And then you're like, "Yeah, they do," and he's like, "No, they don't."
Mussolini talked like that.
Was he a dictator, right?
Yeah, but, politician.
Was he Russian?
No, he was Italian.
Got some things going on in Russia right now.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't hear from Russia anymore. They're so far away now.
They're not sliding into your DMs.
I don't feel like I hear anything about Russia anymore. It happened. School shooting in Texas happened. That's right.
Yeah, there's kind of some distraction. We get, it's like the shiny wrapper.
Stuff happened in America.
The American news is a pigeon.
It's wild.
And they see a candy wrapper and they're like, "This is the most important."
They're like,
thing
"That's definitely a quarter," and they're like fighting under the van to try to find it.
And then another rapper blows by and they're like, that one's even better. And then they go for that.
Yeah.
And then meanwhile, there's like a bank robbery across the street that they just don't care about because they're a pigeon and they're chasing the candy wrapper in the street.
I'm yawning a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's weird.
Getting tired?
No. I slept like 9 hours last night.
Yeah, that must have been
accident.
nice. That must have been nice.
Yeah. I like woke up at 7:30 like I normally do on Saturdays. And then I fell back asleep and woke up at 9:30. And, it was one of those sleeps where like you're not sure where you are or like what time it is and you're like, oh my God, I don't know if it's 3 p.m. or 9 a.m.
to me.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like when you take a 6-hour nap. You take
That's
a nap
just
at
called
like
going to bed.
you take like a nap at 1 o'clock and you wake up at 5 when the sun's going down in the winter when the sun goes down at 5. And you wake up and you're not sure if it's morning or night. That's never happened?
No, I've woken
It's
up
the
and
weirdest
and then
feeling.
I'll look at my phone and be like, I don't
It's the weirdest feeling.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, one time when I was going to bed, you've seen my my robot lights.
I have.
And how, so they have to be on.
You're going to be the first one to be taken over by robots. I hope you know that.
That's
all
not
your
true.
appliances are going to turn against you.
That's not
your
true.
Your trash can's going to turn into a transformer.
You heard me say please and thank you to my Google.
That is true.
So
he did say it politely.
It knows, but my lights have to be on for that to work. Like the light switch has to be on.
Oh, interesting.
So that it always has power, so it can turn it on whenever it wants. But here's the thing: if they're off, and then you flip the light switch off and then turn it back on, it'll reset it and it'll just turn into like a normal light switch.
Okay.
That also happens if the power blinks out and then comes back on. So when that happens at 9:30 at night as you're going to bed, like right as you're falling asleep, and then all of a sudden the lights turn on and you're like, is it time to get up? Because I have my lights turned on when I get up.
Of course you do.
It wakes me up.
Right. God forbid you turn on a light switch like a normal human.
Well, then I have to get out of bed.
Right.
This like forces me awake because then I don't turn my alarm off and then it's still dark and like I'm tired.
That's
it's
so
like
wild.
I have a bright light in my face. I have to get up.
But you also
I'm
have all
dying.
your blinds shut, so there's really no sunlight in here when it's morning.
Yeah. What I'm gonna do
so
is
the sun comes up at like 5:30, man.
I'm gonna get some plastic. It's like fake. What's the term?
Tint?
No, it's like
where people can't see in, but you can
like
see
a shower
out.
glass.
Oh, like fogged up.
Yeah, like the fog.
Right.
I'm gonna get like plastic sheets of
static
stick to the
onto
window.
your so that people aren't spying on you. When you
Right,
sleep.
but I still get the light.
There you go. You still get that good vitamin D.
And that's what I'm gonna. You know, I like my vitamin D.
I do. I know you sit by the window sometimes. I collect all that nutrients.
Drink a lot of Sunny D.
Yeah, you do.
And that helps me.
I don't think Sunny D classifies as real orange juice.
I don't think Sunny D classifies as
food.
sustenance.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's like it's thick. It's like thick orange
it's
juice.
Goopy.
It almost looks like paint, like thinned out paint.
I was gonna say it looks like Tide, like dish detergent or washing detergent.
Basically, if it was like a really deep orange.
Yeah.
It's usually blue.
Typically.
Because I know mine is because I use Tide.
Blue is clean. I use Tide as well.
Oh wow, very cool. Do you use Tide Pods or you do?
No, I use the big. Actually, I don't use Tide.
You don't use it?
I use Arm & Hammer. Yeah.
Just baking soda and peroxide.
No,
Look at
like,
you go.
I can show it to you afterwards.
No, I'm all set. I do see your extra moisturizing lotion on top of your what looks to be your washer, I believe.
Yeah, that's my dryer.
Oh.
Yeah.
They both look
it's actually
almost
on
the
top
same.
of both of them, I think.
I don't think so.
Actually, my washer is a little bit taller than my dryer, so it's not.
So the washer is the one that's closest to us?
Right. It's a top-loading washer.
Got you. Interesting.
And then my dryer is a side-loading one.
I can't see it from here, but I trust you.
It is. I have to do this thing where if I'm taking care of laundry, I have to close the door every time I take laundry out, or otherwise my cat will get in there.
Into the dryer?
He desperately wants to kill himself in the dryer.
That's amazing. You should turn it on sometime and teach him a lesson.
I'm not going to do that.
Just teach him why
it
you
won't
shouldn't.
teach him. He'll just be like, that was weird. And then 15 minutes later, he'll be like, ooh, what's in here?
That was weird. The amount of G-force I was feeling on my body as I was stuck to the wall of the dryer.
Cat's going to space. Started the kitty space program.
We should. That'd be awesome. Cats in space.
I don't think they're going to be okay with that.
You don't think so?
No.
I mean, they'd get probably the most research done because they just explore everything.
Yeah.
Tell me I'm wrong.
I think France sent some cats to space.
France?
Yeah.
Look at them go.
Yeah.
Some French
cats in space. I think it was
after
NASA landed people on the moon, so
they
it was
were
just like, we're here too.
They were like, we don't have people, but we do have cats.
They sent up a baguette and a pack of cigarettes.
They sent a cat in a baguette. They're like, we are the French. Oui, oui.
And then it came back and it was like, I don't want it. I don't want to come back.
The cat's like, no, I'm not actually coming back.
I'm going on the first cat spacewalk. Let's go.
He like keeps knocking over rocks on the moon.
Cat knocks over the American flags.
He's like, this is dumb. What is this?
All right. I don't know how long we've been going.
Like,
long enough.
Only what, dude?
Long enough.
What? How long?
I don't know. That's long enough.
It's been like 25 minutes.
That's about how long we like to keep these.
Dang. I've seen these going for an hour and 13 minutes.
Yeah. Jordan gets mad when we do that.
Really?
But also, there was one time, I'm sure you remember this because you're a super fan, when I said, okay, we need to wrap this up. And he went, yeah, let's do that. And then continued to talk for 15 minutes.
Yeah, I do remember that episode.
Yeah. It was fairly recent.
For all the audience wondering, I have seen every episode of the James and Jordan
You've listened to every episode. You haven't seen every episode.
Well, not every episode can be seen.
Not every episode can be seen.
It's true. But I have listened to every episode of the James and Jordan podcast.
No, you haven't, actually. We discovered this. You haven't listened to the most recent one?
Oh, the newest one, because it's not on Apple Podcasts yet.
Well, maybe
give it time, though. I will.
Maybe you should get a real podcast app.
Okay.
You know?
Thank you for that.
Apple kind of sucks.
Can't believe you're hating on one of your most avid viewers right now. That's
really,
insane.
I'm not hating on you.
You're hating on a super fan.
Your choice of podcast
That's insane. If you had merch, I probably won't buy it now.
It took me like 3 or 4 months to get it on Apple.
Seriously?
It took me months because it kept trying to get me to sign in using a thing that didn't exist.
That's wild.
Yeah, I was like,
your Apple ID.
Yeah, and I was like, I got my Apple ID. I punched it in. It was like, hey, have you read the terms and conditions? It's like, yeah, whatever. Click the thing. Hey, you need to read the terms and conditions.
Right.
I was like, okay, fine.
That happened to me one time. I can't remember what I was doing.
So then I opened it and I scrolled all the way down to the bottom because sometimes you have to scroll down to the bottom.
Right.
And then I clicked it and it's like, hey, you need to read the terms and conditions. It's like,
maybe there's like a middle one
for me.
Maybe there's like one in the middle.
There wasn't. I like sat there and I read.
Did you read it? You read all of them?
I read the terms and conditions.
That's like a 15-minute read too.
It was because it was really long. And then I got to the bottom and I clicked it and it was just like, yeah, you need to read the terms. I was like, Apple, I'm gonna lose my mind.
That's funny. You should contact Steve Jobs.
Well, yeah, I'll go kick over his gravestone.
Yeah, send him some fruit.
Shove a grapefruit at his butt. And then yeah, I just waited like 3 months and then I tried again. It was like, yeah, sure, go ahead.
That's great. I would have just called like customer support.
I'm not gonna call anybody.
No, you don't talk to anyone. I forgot.
Yeah,
you're very introverted, which is okay. You just rather sit in a hotel room and eat peanut butter.
Yeah, I had a great time that night.
Did you?
I also didn't want to. Yeah, we don't have to get into why I didn't want to go.
No, I don't know, but that's.
We'll talk about it after.
Sure, I believe you.
Anyway, that's the end of the podcast. Bye.
I didn't even get to tell them my name. Nobody knows who I am. I didn't even get to plug my Instagram like I wanted to. God dang it, James. It's the worst.